Hey guys, this is Sean with Integrity Ranch. Just out here checking on the cows. It's middle of August, and I wanted to do a little talking on fly control. This is our bull Tank here. He's got a high drive, high libido, very masculine bull, and he should be attracting more flies than the cows. And there's some flies on him, but not too many. But I think the most, genetics is going to be really high up there. Good genetics is going to pay off, and he's that. The other thing is, we've had this farm for about, not quite 2 years. And the first summer we went through on this farm was pretty tough with the flies. There was a lot of flies here. And then this summer, we finally got the dung beetles to come back. And that's been huge. You get those dung beetles, taking care of the fly eggs, you're just gonna have way less flies. She's got some flies on her, but nothing too crazy. So anyway, we got our dung beetles back, and this farm had been commercially ran before in the past with dewormers and stuff. And so it took a year and a half, almost 2 years, but we finally got the dung beetles back. And so we don't have to get the cows to the kraal, put dewormer down them, and kill our soil. It just takes some time. So be patient, focus on your soil and get in sync with nature. Nature's already done all the experiments, guys. We don't need to recreate the wheel with all these dewormers and, fly rubs and all that crap. Animals have survived for hundreds of years, thousands of years. And then we come along as humans and we think we're always smarter and we can always do something better. And some of the time we can, but it seems like when it comes to animals, we mostly just mess it up. So yeah, nature's already done all the experiments. You don't have to do the experiments. Just get in sync with nature. But it amazes me, on some of these, the cows that are just a little slicker. They're just a little slicker, little more oily looking of a hair coat. They just don't have the flies. But you don't have to start with a herd of cows like this. You need to start with a good bull. I mean, if you can afford a herd of cows and find them, go for it. But look at that. All grass. He ain't had grain. He hasn't been dewormed in years. He's out here, he's doing his job. He's not got a whole bunch to breed. He's only been, off and on, he's been on about 2 different herds of 25 head. Well, 3 different herds of 25 head. So I don't know how many, because he's been with those 3 herds for about 3 weeks at a time on each of them. So, and then obviously the herd got a different bull, because 3 weeks doesn't give every cow a chance to cycle. But we rotated him around trying to get, his genetics used up everywhere we could. So back to your soil. Don't be so concerned on the flies. I mean, you have to do something, because if you're just constantly getting pink eye, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem, that first year or two. So pay attention. I'm not saying to just turn a blind eye. I'm not saying you go deworm. You're never going to get there if you keep going back to the dewormer. But you need to be nature's partner. Nature will do all of the thinking and most of the work. So, it's a 3-year-old cow right there. She calved as a 2-year-old and got pretty run down. And I was worried last year she wasn't going to breed back, but when we pregged, she was bred, so we kept her even though she was fairly thin at the time, but she was able to make a pretty good comeback before she calved this spring, so. So I'll say that one more time and I'm going to end with that. Nature will do all of the thinking and most of the work. So think about that, guys. Write it down and focus on it a little bit. You know what, where do you want to go long term? Do you want to always be buying fly spray, buying dewormer, getting the cows up to do it, and eventually just running your soil and your land into the dirt? Can't see very good there. Decent little calves here. So, get in sync with nature and the work's going to be that much less, guys. Trying to get in the shade. Get one more clip of the bull here and then we'll... That's a grass machine right there, guys. You need grass animals if you're gonna make it without some kind of registered cow, because if you're feeding grain to animals, you need high selling animals. Whereas if you're all grass, you can make it. So, appreciate everyone watching. Hopefully I encouraged someone, and if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, we'd really appreciate it.